This video podcast is brought to you by McCarter Online.
See Brian Henry behind you? He's done every single one of my plays since I was at grad school. And that was, how many plays? 8? 9? Maybe 9. Later or not. There's been a lot. And without those connections, without meeting him and knowing that there was a person who, because you don't know, you think to yourself you're in a vacuum sometimes as a theater artist. You think there's nobody doing my work, I'm not working with anybody, so obviously I might not be doing anything right. But then you go to grad school and you meet these incredibly talented people who not only can do your work, they want to do it. And Brian's always like, don't lose your computer because that's our job. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, that's not just for me. So there's that networking, there's that interconnectedness, that community that you gain that you can't sort of gain elsewhere. Can you do theater without going to grad school? Sure, there's tons of people who do. But Yale was highly influential to me about just having. I mean, you also have to understand. I live a very charmed life. My first year at Yale, I was assistant to August Wilson on his last play that he wrote before he died. Yeah, and then he gave me an iPod. Which is a really good story. He made me go buy an iPod for his daughter's birthday. And then I went all over. I went from New Haven to Orange to find this iPod, and I came back and gave him the iPod. And then he came to see my play, and he was like, oh my God. He didn't say, oh my God. He said, your play was good, but you need music, and he gave me the iPod. So he made me buy my own iPod. And then my second year, my second year teachers were John Guare and Lynn Nottage. And then my last year, Derek Walcott I was Derek Walcott's assistant. And I mean, like I said, and plus there was no head of the department there for like a year and a half. So for like a year and a half, they were like, go do stuff. And I was like, sure. And so I wrote like 10 plays. And so I lived a very charmed grad school life. So of course I would recommend grad school. I'd be like, yeah, hell, you have a great time. You meet lots of famous people who will make your career just that easy. So, but I do believe in the thing that I spoke about previously, which is that you need to find that bond of people who are dedicated to the same thing you are. Like-minded people who, once you get out into the real world, will have your back. Will say, Tarell, what are you doing? And I'll be like, I have a job. They're like, okay, because if you don't, I'm running this theater over at called South Coast Rep. So anytime you need to run over here, you see what I'm saying? Yeah, period.
This podcast has been brought to you by McCarter Theater in Princeton, New Jersey. For tickets, call 609-258-ARTS or visit www.mccarter.org.